Hi everyone. Today let's try to see some of the important commands or the tools that we use in the solid part platform of the SolidEdge software. So here we can find the solid part software. So when we open it, we have a window like this. On the left we have the edge bar, and here the some of the commands, and on the top we have the save and file menu also on the top. So here if you see, we can find the three major tools, that is select, sketch, protrusion and revolve protrusion, and down here we have coordinate planes and rest of the commands. Okay, so here on the top we can see these four commands. These are the major commands, that is the select tool, sketch, protrusion and revolve protrusion. Sketch in the sense when we select a plane and then sketch, and when we come out of that sketch platform we can have the 3D model by giving it as protrusion, or else we can directly select on protrusion and then draw and then come out, we can get the 3D model. So I'll show you how these commands actually work. I'll start with the protrusion and I'll select on the front plane. Usually I prefer drawing it in the front plane. Okay, let's draw a rectangle. You can use any of the tools, either you can use the line command, any of the commands we can use. I'll just use the rectangle command and I'll click on here and I'll specify the width as 40 and I'll place it here, and then I'll specify the height as 100 mm and then we'll place it here. Okay, so once we have the rectangle, so we have to draw it, we have to extrude it in the 3D, that is a solid part. So for that we have to click on return and then come back. Okay, so we can either, you can use, it can go on that back side also in the, it can come in the front also. Here we have the symmetric and asymmetric tool, whichever. If we want symmetric, if you click on symmetric, it goes on both the sides whatever the distance we give. So if you off it, it will come on to any one of the sides. I'll specify the distance as 100. Sorry, I specified it as 10. So if you want, you can specify it as 100. Okay, so then click it here and then click on finish. So as you can see, we have a rectangular slab. So for rotating this, what we have to do is click on the scroll, click and hold the scroll and then rotate the, or you can use the mouse, you can use the move the mouse, it will rotate. Okay, so once we have this rectangular slab, it is by the protrusion command. So what if I want to draw a hole in any of these planes, or if I want to draw a hole till the half? Okay, so I'll use the cutout tool, or else you have the hole command over here. Hole command, any of the tools you can use, cutout or hole. So I will use the cutout command and I will select on the face, whichever the face we want, whichever the side we want to drill the hole. So I'll select on this plane, sorry, on that surface, and I'll select the circle and I'll specify here. Okay, so around 30 mm I'll specify it and press enter. Right click, then come back, return. As you can see here, the cutout tool, if you move it up, it's showing a warning symbol, that is it can't perform the cutout in this region because we don't have any kind of solids in this region. So what we have to do is we have to take it down. So either you can use fully bring it down, okay, or else you can use the commands over here. This is a finite extent, we can specify the distance, or else if you use this command throughout, it will go till the end of the surface. Okay, then click OK, finish. Okay, so we have a hole. Okay, so what if I want a hole till the half? I'll select the same surface, I'll click another hole over here and I'll specify it as return. Okay, so till a finite extent it is. Okay, as you can see it is. Okay, I'll specify the distance as 30 mm. I'll just give it over here. Okay, and then click finish. So you can see it has gone till the half, not, it has not passed. So you can specify the distance till whatever the distance we want. Okay, so we, another tool we have here, the chamfer. Okay, so chamfer and round we have. So round I will take it here, I'll specify this and I will specify it as 6 mm. You can see it is creating a round. Finish. Okay, you can see a groove type or the round, the sides, the sharp edges have been removed. So if you want to use the chamfer tool, you have the chamfer, select on the edge, specify the value. If you want to give it as 10 mm, press 10 and finish. You can see a 10 mm is been cut. Okay, so this is how actually this thing works, tools work. If you want to create a plane, you can select any of the plane. So I'll just give an intro how to create a plane also. So we have the plane over here, right, this particular plane. So I want it to the half. Okay, this particular plane I want it to the half. So for that I will select parallel plane. So this to a distance of 50, 100 we took, so we'll specify it as 50. So that side or this side? So this side. Okay. So you can see I have created another plane onto this side. You can see it over here. So I'll just select this plane and I'll just do a revolved cutout. Okay. So we can use any of the cutouts. Okay. Revolved cutout you can use, or revolve protrusion, any of the commands we can use. So revolved cutout we have it here. Okay. So I'll select this particular plane. Okay. So I'll select a circle. I'll select here and I'll select the axis over here, and then I'll give it as return. Okay. So and I forgot to say this. Okay. So whenever the profile isn't complete, or if anything goes wrong, okay, it doesn't come out of this. It will show a warning symbol over here, as I have done a mistake over here. So we will press the Ctrl Z. Okay. Will come out. So now we can see we have come out. Okay. So revolve cutout. So we have the axis over here, the center. So we'll drill a hole, we'll cut a round onto this portion. Okay, so we have it here. So we'll bring it bit inside. So randomly I am placing, I am not taking any kind of dimensions. And I'll select the axis as this particular axis. Okay. Then I will give it as return. So you can see it is creating some kind of hole. Okay. So I'll specify the angle as 360. Okay. And then click over here. Okay. And finish. So you can see it has created a round hole in this particular portion. So you cannot see that clearly. Okay, so it has created a round hole from here till here. Okay, so I will show you how actually it works. Okay, so once I finish it, so I'll take another new window. So I'll show you the revolve protrusion, how it actually works. I'll select this particular plane. So I'll draw a profile. So if you are taking this particular axis, make sure at what distance you want to keep it. So if you want to keep it around 50 mm, make sure you have drawn a 50 mm line. Then you start drawing your profile. Okay, so we have to make sure at till what distance we have to keep the distance, okay, from the center axis. So I'll draw it from here. Make sure you have to join the lines properly. See here, if it is not joined, we are not able to complete the profile. So join it. So if you want to do a chamfer, we can do it from here itself. So you can take the fillet command. Okay, so the chamfer takes place, and we'll select the axis of this and we'll give it as return. So we have it here, and we'll specify the angle as 360 and then enter. So we have the revolve protrusion over. In the same way, the revolve protrusion cutout also works, and there are different ways. As we practice, we can learn more and more. So I'll show you how the revolve cutout works also. I'll take the revolve cutout, I'll select this particular plane. Okay, so we'll take a rectangle, we'll try to cut this portion. Okay, so I'll specify the axis as this, and then I will give it as return. So and I will specify the angle as 360. Okay, so once we have, you can see here I just created another cutout. This is how actually the revolve command actually works. Okay, so even if you want to perform the chamfer or round, you can perform it over here, and you can specify the length, that is the radius. So click on preview and then finish. So it actually works. So it is completely easy when we compare with the 2D drawing. Okay, so only thing what makes is do practice, it will make it more easier. So similarly we can do it, we can perform these particular actions in other platforms also, like CATIA, Creo, SolidWorks, many of the softwares we can use. Okay, so we'll in the next part you can see the problems been done and how actually it is been solved. Okay.